Hey, and welcome to another firefly beading tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make these cute little beaded spider ornaments. Some examples of what we've made in the past, just to show you what you could do, are right here. You could see that we use mostly seed beads and bugle beads, but honestly you can use anything, even little crystals, whatever you want to use it. The things I'm using today are 21 gauge 3-inch head pins, 24 gauge half hard copper wire, size 11 seed beads, size 6 seed beads, and bugles, just random bugles that I had. I also have a 10 millimeter bead here for the head and about a 14 millimeter for the abdomen. This is just some other beads that we have lying around that we've used, obviously, to make some other spiders as well. So just you could see the range of beads you are able to use for this project. Tools are chain nose, round nose, and some cutters. That's really all you'll need. The spider we're going to create is this little guy right here. His legs are very long. You can adjust the leg length if you'd like. But the first thing we're going to do is start off with about 6 to 7 inches of wire here. I'm just going to cut it and then match it up to cut 3 more pieces. So I line one end up, follow it down, and cut right here. And we're just going to repeat that until we have 4 lengths of wire. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some little circles on here. So you're going to use your round nose pliers and grab towards the tip of the plier. We're going to bend the wire in half and bend it around. And I'm so sorry, I'm totally out of frame right here. I don't even know how I did that. But here is a better look at it. So again, you're going to grab kind of in the middle here, bend your wire in half, take one side and bend it around, turn your plier, and then keep coming around with either end here until you have a little loop here. And we're going to do that to all of our pieces. You should have 4 pieces that look like this. Now we're going to take our head pin, and I'm going to have my spider so that it's hanging down from its web. So I'm going to start with the head, and then I'm going to thread on the 4 pieces of wire here. So I don't know if you could already tell that these are going to be the legs. And then we're going to take the little abdomen here and put that on as well. And we're going to push everything tight to the bottom. So I'm just going to use my pliers and make sure I have no more room to push down. I'm going to grab about 1/8 of an inch in. I'm going to bend the wire away from me. Turn my pliers and then bend the wire towards me. Turn my pliers and bend the wire to the left and around. So I have a little loop. And I could stop here, but I'm going to actually double up this loop. So I'm going to keep coming around with my wire and just adjust my pliers as needed so that I can get a nice round loop here. So we've created a double loop now, and you can see what it looks like. Now we're going to use our chain nose pliers and grip this loop and start coiling our wire until it goes all the way down to our bead. So essentially I'm just laying little coils right under the previous one. I don't know if you could start to see them stacking. You don't want to coil on top of the other ones, but instead down. And this is going to tighten everything up so that our legs of our spider body stay stabilized. Sometimes when the wire gets smaller like this, it's a little bit hard, so make sure you have a good grip. And then see how I'm using my pliers to kind of push the wire in place when I need it to go in place. So just gently pushing that little piece until I have about 3 coils or as many as I need to reach the bottom of this bead. When you're satisfied, you can cut off that tail. And then use the pliers to push down any little nub that might be remaining. Then we can adjust the loop as needed. So right now you can see how everything looks. The legs are stable. And now we're going to start with spreading the legs apart, finding which one goes in the front, which goes in the middle, and which goes to the back. So just play around to see what works best with your wire layout here. This looks pretty good. So I'm going to take my first leg and I'm going to start with 2 11-ohs, then a bugle, and 2 11-ohs. So it looks like this, and then a bugle, and 2 11-ohs. Okay, so we've got this pattern right here. I'm going to separate this pattern with 1 6-oh, and then grab 2 11-ohs and start the pattern over again. So 2 11-ohs, 1 bugle, 2 11-ohs. Let's choose this bugle here. 2 11-ohs, and then a 6-oh, and repeat. So 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm going to end my pattern with just the 2 on the end here. Oh dang, sometimes that happens, so let's just make sure I got the right pattern here. Dropped 2 of these 11-ohs. There we go. Alright, either way, you could choose however many beads you want, but at the end you want maybe about 1/2 inch of wire exposed. So I wouldn't go past that amount of wire. So now I'm going to use my round nose and I'm going to start a little loop at the bottom here. So just like this. And then I'm going to come in with my chain nose. And essentially I'm making a spiral. So just spiraling that up until it touches my seed bead right there. We're going to repeat this to every single leg. And again, you could do whatever you'd like with this. Maybe the front leg is a little bit shorter than the middle legs, or I don't know, whatever. Just have fun with it. You can keep them all consistent like I'm doing with this one as well. The cool thing is you can use any bead you have lying around, any seed beads, any crystals, any bead that would look good as a little spider leg. It's really kind of fun to make very unique spiders with. So here we are on the last leg. Alright, so we've got our little spider body, and now what I'm going to do is just kind of twist the little, I guess, feet, if you will, so that they are all going the same sort of way. And from there you can adjust the legs as you like. You can spend as much time as you want. You can bend them. Just don't over bend them because they will break. As you move them, some of the wire will start to, the beads will kind of move and you'll start to see more exposed wire, so you could just curl up a spiral where needed so that the beads stay tight. So you can see how there's some exposed wire there, and you can adjust. And if you need to coil your wire, then continue to coil it. Alright, so here's our little guy. Sometimes you can bend the front to look like it's crawling. On this one you can see we just used a chain. You can use any chain you'd like if you want to do that. That's just a ball chain. But also what might be kind of fun, this is a wax cord. It's kind of fun to look like a little spider web. And I'm just cutting a length of it, so I'm cutting about 2 feet of it. And I'm going to have one loop on an end and then the 2 ends matching here. So I just basically folded my 2 feet in half. And I'm going to take these ends, and it's a wax cord so I could twist these together. You could use a nylon cord or anything light, a string of some kind. I'm going to bring the 2 ends through, and I've got my loop. So I'm going to take my 2 ends and I'm going to put it through the loop and then pull tight. This is called a lark's head knot. Just going to cinch that up next to my loop here, so it looks like this. You can turn the loop around if you need to, if you want it to hang a certain way, but this is what it would look like, and it's really cute because it does look like a little spider web. Then you're going to decide on how long you want to make this, and then you're going to end it off with an overhand knot. Over, under, and through. Pull that knot tight, and then pull on either end and snip off any long edge. Maybe need some sharper cutters than these. Terrible. Anyway, then adjust the loop, and there you have it. So this could hang on your rear view mirror, or it can hang from your wall or anywhere. Just a really cute little decoration for Halloween, or even there's things called Christmas spiders. Look up the Christmas spider on Google and see about that, because they're fun for Christmas ornaments as well. We hope you enjoyed this video, and please hit like or subscribe to our channel to learn more beading tips and tricks like this. Thank you, and happy beading from Firefly.